There's a problem in the Fortnite community that nobody wants to talk about. Over the last few days, I've seen NickEH30 on Twitter giving his frustrations about what he thinks is wrong with Fortnite, why he thinks that views are low for live streams and long-form content. In his opinion, he doesn't believe that Fortnite is doing enough to spice up the gameplay loop. The thing that makes that statement very ironic relates to the very pushback that he got for making it in the first place. A lot of people, including myself, came out and said, Nick, the problem is not necessarily the Fortnite gameplay loop, but more so the content that you and other large creators are putting out. And listen, people aren't saying this because they hate the larger creators. In fact, I think it's the complete opposite. NickEH30, along with some of the other guys that I mentioned and many more, are the reason why people like me made Fortnite content in the first place. But at the same time, as we get older and their audiences get older, those same repetitive concepts don't seem to be as effective. But here's the thing I find interesting, and it ties into the thing that no one is talking about. Yes, it is true that Nick and the other content creators should probably spice up their content a little bit, but it's also true that Fortnite in some ways has become stale. But it's not entirely for the reason that Nick is suggesting. Could Fortnite do something more to spice up the gameplay loop? Yes, and I have a feeling they probably will sometime during Chapter 7, but at the same time, anytime they do it, it seems to be a problem with the community. People get frustrated when the gameplay loop gets changed too much. But this is my take, and the thing that I don't think anyone is really talking about. I don't think it matters how much the game changes or how much the larger content creators spice up their content. I think that in general, people are just kind of tired of Fortnite. It doesn't mean the game's not still fun. It doesn't mean that I hate it. It doesn't mean that you have to hate it. But at the same time, after the game being around for 8 years, we kind of know what it is, even when something newer does happen. I've been paying attention to this for years. It feels like ever since Fortnite Chapter 4, the attention span of the average Fortnite player has been decreasing. It's become the law of diminishing returns, meaning the more that we become exposed to certain aspects of Fortnite, the updates, the new modes, everything, the less meaningful and the less impact it has over time. Thanos coming to Fortnite was a big deal 7 years ago. That would not be a big deal today. And listen, this might be a hot take, but if I'm being real, I honestly think Fortnite was more fun when we just had one Battle Royale mode and random LTMs that would pop up from time to time. Now, I'm not advocating that we go back to that. I don't think that that's the solution, but at the same time, when we had less options, the game was more fun. And here's the deal, that's okay. I don't know anything that stays as fun as it was the moment you first experienced it. That's just not how anything in life works. I plan on going more in depth with this topic later on my YouTube channel this week, but I also want to extend another invitation out to NickEH30 to potentially have a conversation on stream. I don't think NickEH30 is completely wrong with his perspective, but also some of the pushback that he's been receiving has been valid. So Nick, if you're open to it, I'd love to have you or any one of your friends jump on stream and we could have a dope conversation that, quite frankly, I feel like the community needs right now.